Okay, so this is my first time doing a video essay on this channel. Hope it works out. This is why I believe that the unicorns in the last mabelcorn are a stand-in for religion and purity culture. Also, just to preface this, I'm actually religious. Kinda. It's confusing. Anyway, I just think that, certain parts of the church are really toxic and perpetuate a lot of things, that are just not great. Starting out here with the first clip where Mabel introduces herself and the unicorn tells her that she's not pure of heart. Does that sound familiar? I'm getting ahead of myself.
Presenting Mabel!
What? You? A unicorn can see deep inside your heart, child.
Oh.
And you have done wrong. Wrong, I say!
I guess I do make fun of Tipper a lot. And I did just shatter a window with a crossbow.
Your bad deeds make me cry.
No!
Come back when you're pure of heart.
I believe that, the unicorns in this episode are a symbol of, Christianity and how, Christians always shame others for doing seemingly harmless things because the Bible said so. For example, hating gay people just because they exist, and saying to come back when you're pure of heart is like saying you gotta stop sinning, you gotta stop doing this thing that for some people might be literally just harmless, but it's taken so seriously in the church. And her saying that your bad deeds make me cry is just guilt and shame, that basically everyone in these toxic circles will perpetuate. Now on to the next clip where she goes back to the unicorn after doing a bunch of good deeds.
Please tell me what I'm doing wrong!
Doing good deeds to make yourself look better isn't good at all. Not to mention you're crushing 10 dandelions right now. Those are basically children's dreams. I'm sorry, Mabel. It's not my fault you're a bad person.
Now this scene made my blood boil as a kid. Seeing Mabel like that just made me so angry about this unicorn, because she did everything she could. She even said, tell me what I'm doing wrong. That's basically her saying, tell me why I'm sinning. Why is this thing a sin? And she dodges the question. Celestabella, Bethabella, or whatever flip her name was. She dodges the question and she says, it's not my fault that you're a bad person. Yeah, so this in subtext is basically that classic phrase, hate the sin, love the sinner. Black and white, literally it's right there. It's right there. It's not my fault that you sinned. It's not my fault that you're a bad person. That was your choice. That's why people say being gay is a choice, because they don't know, that it's not. They always say, you chose to be gay. You chose to sin. You chose to be a bad person. You get what I'm saying? This is probably, the most blatant example of this. And it only gets worse from here. This next clip has a lot of stuff in it that I would like to pick apart. It's where Mabel takes the scissors from Wendy and Celestabella Bethabella wakes up.
But this is wrong, guys!
But protecting the shack is good.
What? Doth mine eyes deceive me? Nay, thief! You shall never be pure of heart!
No, you don't understand! I just want to be good like you!
This is where Mabel breaks. This is where she's like, I just want to be good. I just want to be good. And she doesn't know how, because no matter what she does, she will always be seen as not pure of heart by this unicorn. This has really strong parallels with purity culture. The simple act of losing your virginity is so frowned upon. And in the Christian faith, it's just no matter what you do, you'll never be good again. It's gone. Whatever virtues you had, you're just going to hell. That's why she's breaking down, she will never be good enough for, this unicorn, for this faith. She will always be seen as someone who's been corrupted. And that's why she's just breaking down even if what she did wasn't even wrong, even if she didn't even do anything. Just looking at it and misinterpreting what she was doing, even if she was trying to do the right thing. It's frowned upon, just like in purity culture. Now this next clip is where it gets really juicy. It's where she finds out that the unicorns were just tricking her and that it was all a lie.
All this time I thought I was a bad person. But you're even worse than I am!
Okay, fine. So you learned our secret. We're jerks, okay? We have more hair than we know what to do with, and we keep it to ourselves just to tick humans off. What are you gonna do about it? Huh? What are you gonna do?
Woo! Go, Mabel!
Join the dark side!
This is her finding out that, like, everything is a scam. Everything is a lie, and that these unicorns are hypocrites, and they're doing even worse things than she ever did. For example, certain priests in the Catholic Church doing certain unspeakable things that I will not talk about. If you know, you know. She's finding this out, and she's so angry that everything she grew up with, everything she thought was good and nice is just all a lie. Like, perpetuating fear and hate when it's not even true. Like, what she says is, all this time I thought I was a bad person, but you're even worse than I am. You're even worse than I am. Some people in the church being worse than we are. And how, like, shame makes us feel like we're inferior when that isn't even the case. Now, like, her throwing away the unicorn at the end of the clip, that's, like, symbolic of her moving away from this toxic cycle, this toxic group, because the people who she thought were saints are actually not. Now, this next clip is where Wendy is making her speech about how we're not like unicorns.
Look, it's time we stop trying to be so perfect and be who we really are. We're crazed, angry, sweaty animals. We're not unicorns, we're women, and we take what we want! Yes!
Now, this speech is symbolic of you don't have to be this perfect person to be accepted in society. You don't have to have 100% pure heart to get some unicorn hair. If you know what I'm saying. Not everyone has to be this 100% perfect person in order to be loved and accepted. Everybody has their flaws. We're not unicorns. We're women. We're not gods. We're human. And this next clip is where Ford is proud of her and is just, like, telling her that, like, she is a good person.
You've protected your family. You're a good person, Mabel.
Thanks, Grunkle Ford. But today I learned that morality is relative.
Now this is, like, Ford accepting her no matter what she believes and just saying that, like, you're a good person no matter what you do, no matter what you believe, no matter who you love. And then at the end, like, when she says morality is relative, how I interpret that is her saying you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to do everything exactly right. And sometimes doing what could be a bad thing without the context, with the context, is actually a good thing. Like her beating up the unicorns because they hurt her. They psychologically damaged her in a way. So she fought back, of course. Morality is relative. Not every bad action comes without consequence. So, in conclusion, The Last Mabelcorn is a stand-in for purity culture, and the unicorns are a stand-in for a priest who abuses their power. Celeste Bell can go hop off a cliff. Anyway, I hated this episode as a kid, but I totally understand why now. I don't really know what this video was. I hope you enjoyed it, I guess. And bye.